I've really been struggling with the idea of what systemic change is and how the St. Vincent de Paul Society might integrate. For us, it's going to be a real paradigm change. We're moving towards advocacy, but our next step is to be able to move towards systemic change. And so this is helping me really to understand what systemic change is. It's hard to try to help people move towards something when you're not really sure what it is yourself. So this has been really good. And I loved Allison. I think what I'm going to take away is the need to really look at what it is that we do and how we do it, and the whole idea of having relationship, an authentic relationship with the people that we're working with. That made a really strong impression on me.
I think the entire conference has been well put together and very focused on the subject matter of dealing with poverty in America. I think Allison, the last speaker just before lunch, was probably the most dynamic and hit the nail right on the head in terms of the issues that we as Vincentians need to be concerned about, and that is how we engage and interact with the people that we serve, and because it's so easy to get away from that and begin to just treat them as clients and people who need to be helped, but keep them at a distance. And I think she was very challenging in her remarks about how we need to change our attitudes about how we're going to engage the poor if we're going to be effective in changing the poverty conditions that they experience.
And so that's something that you'll take away when you go back to your work at home?
Yes, I think we'll be able to go back home with a sense of knowing something more concretely about what it is we need to do to re-engage ourselves in that mission of helping those that we serve. So that was probably the most valuable thing so far.
This is the first one of the Vincentian family that I've attended, and I'm extremely impressed by the family and their willingness to help the people in their spirituality. Well, I think all of the speakers had some points that were very interesting to me, particularly the last one who was telling about her story of poverty herself. And one of the things that really stood out in my mind was when she said, when the young people, 18, 19, walk into your soup kitchen, that you should say, "What are you doing here?" Because at that stage in life, they should be trying to find a way for themselves to have a future instead of being in a place where they might go down to having no future and no life at all. And it reminded me of my own. I have a program in Phoenix that we have scholarships for young people of that same category that have no resources at all. And I thought maybe if I could impart on them that same thought about what are you doing here and how are you going to get this education we're talking about, would really be beneficial to them and to me.
Excellent. And did you get a better understanding of systemic change, do you think?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's a very interesting concept, and it's one that's so easy to talk about and so hard to really understand. Mm-hmm. And I have a much better understanding of that now.
Well, I thought it was nice just to meet other members of the Vincentian family as a whole, and get a chance to really understand all the works and see what other people are doing in their areas.
Mm-hmm. And see how we all need to change different things, you know, with the different speakers between Eddie yesterday and today with Allison, and it just gives us an idea of the different ways that there are possibilities for change.
Well, it taught me that systemic change isn't just the people that are going to the Congress and lobbying, but it's also the people in the backyards, the grassroots movements, just the people working in their own local areas trying to make change. So.
Well, anyway, it's my first time to attend the big events like this. It's my first time, and it's nice to see people, and it's nice to learn things. Like, especially, it struck me a lot is the speaker, Allison's. Mm-hmm. It was, amazing that we know the information in different class. We have different language of speaking, but we never realized or we thought about, how we say it. to different class so they can able to understand and we can able to help them, because like sometimes I try to explain it to something to the people to help them and they don't understand, and I have the same feeling with her, like, can you get it? A simple question, but it's just now helping me like to understand why they don't understand certain things that I talk.
Yes.
It was very helpful. I love it.
Very good.
I personally haven't. As a program, we've gone to the Religious Education Congress in Los Angeles, but not one that was focused on Vincentian charism and Vincentian ideas and ideals and systemic change, and being around the Daughters of Charity and the Congregation of the Mission and other organizations and part of the Vincentian family. We haven't done this before. Yeah.
You got a better understanding of what systemic change is all about?
Yep. Yeah, definitely more how to come about it and ways to change it, and how things that we've tried to do in the past, how they're not working, or they are working but they're only taking it so far. For example, the shelters and stuff like that, they tend to help people get from where they are to one point, but then it doesn't take them any further than that. So it's like a Band-Aid, not a solution. So.
Well, I think today's talk about building authentic relationships with your clients and your guests, and how that is crucial in creating change in people's lives. I think that's something that we all need to work on, not just social workers or people who work in social services. And a lot of what she said about social services focusing on outcomes and numbers and success rates, I feel is particularly true because I come from a background of working in social services. So focusing on relationships and focusing on working one-on-one with individuals rather than with numbers is something that I will take away from this conference.